got me in my feelings. Gotta be real with it. Yep. Kiki, do you love me? Are you riding? Say you never ever leave from beside me.
What it is, YouTube? Mine and Malcolm back up in this. Here was another video for you guys today. And today is a video that is near and dear to my heart because in everybody's life there's gonna be some regrets, you know, whether that's like friendships, relationships, buying stuff, or selling stuff. And for me, that factors a lot into what I buy and what I sell when it comes to clothing and like materialistic things. Smash that like button if you enjoyed the content and subscribe if you're new. We're on the cusp of 1K. Literally, here's 1K. Here's Buzz, the cusp. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers so I can do a giveaway, man. I'm a very generous person, even though I'm frugal. I like to give away stuff because I like to see people happy, mostly food-based stuff. Or if you happen to have like an extra movie ticket to like a blockbuster film, and then your date stands you up, or like you're not cool, or you need someone like to stand in, you can holler at me, and I can be a stand-in for you. You know what I'm saying? You know. So a personal example for me would be this pair of shoes. These are the Jordan ones in the Royal colorway, and this is literally one of my favorite shoes of all time. And when I got these guys, I was super gassed. And no matter where I move or where I go, I'm definitely gonna keep them in my collection for a while. I'm gonna try to double up on them because Jordans are one of the shoes that kind of look good when they're beat, but you always gotta have a fresh pair on ice, you know? Anyways, that brings us to the topic of today's video, the top 5 sneakers I regret selling. And now for these guys, they're not in any particular order, and every time I sold these shoes, looking back, I probably could have avoided it, but at the time, I figured it was the best thing to do. And unfortunately, like a lot of these ones, I can't get back for the price I paid, and now the sneaker game's all jacked up. So you're gonna be paying an arm and a leg. I'm like, button that, bro. Frugal boys in full effect. Frugal boys. So the first of those shoes being the Jordan 7 in the Raptors colorway. Those came out in 2012. And I remember specifically because I was back in high school and my first job was at Loblaws. So I worked at Loblaws. But at the time, man, like having a job in high school, you did not spend all your money on partying and stuff. You can actually save up. So yeah, man, I remember I saved up for like 2 months worth of paychecks. And those shoes, I think, cost $220. I went to Foot Locker, it was November, I think. I went to Foot Locker, and I'm a size 10.5, so it's pretty popular. Pulled up, they had my size, I got them, I was with all the homies, you know, slight flex, and everyone was super, we're like, oh, I can't believe. I was the first man to get like the Jordans out of the crew. Everyone was like, oh, I can't believe it, like, yo, those are crazy. And I got them, and then one thing I remember is I paid so much for them, I was afraid to wear them. So I would sparingly wear them, and then they were just there kind of collecting dust because like it's a two-sided coin, right? You want to wear the shoes you like, but then if they get ruined, you're gonna be freaking cheesed all the time because your shoes are ruined. So yeah, so what had happened was I got it for I think $227 it was, and they were super limited at the time. So I ended up flipping them for just like $300. So I made $70, and I guarantee, you can quote me on this, I probably spent all that money on food. In high school, all my money went to food and partying. I'm a freaking bean, bro. Sticking with the Jordan line, the second shoe would be the Jordan 6 Carmines. And the reason I like 6s, honestly, was because of Ye, Kanye West. Like when that guy had like the black and red 6s, those were like, bow, wow. My mind was really blown when I saw those. Like, I was like, yo, I have to get those. So at the time, it's just when I started, like Facebook was still popping. Like Facebook and BBM were at their prime at the time. This is around like 2014, I think it was. So yeah, there was a Facebook group that I'm in right now called Ottawa Sneakerhead Community. Shout out to those guys, man. Shout out to Ottawa Sneakerhead Community. Because I remember I found these from a guy who I met on there, and he hooked it up for a steal. Retail was, I think, $220 or something like that. And I got it for under retail, which was a steal. But the only catch was, like, I never had a pair of them before, so I didn't know how sizing was. So I got he had a size 11, so I got those, and those were boats on my feet, man. I'm talking about like a little yachty was on my foot. And the biggest thing I find with a lot of the shoes and why I don't buy them is if the silhouette's off and it makes your foot look like a clown foot. Like, if you're size 13 and you have a Converse on, it looks like a Subway foot long, man. Like, yo, what are you saying? Like, that's not a good look. So I got those guys, and then I tried to rock them a little bit. I got like a pic or two in them. Maybe I can find it on Facebook. They were just creasing on me. So I ended up reselling them because I was like, man, I care a lot about my shoes, and if they're creased or get too dirty, I can't. I'm like, yo, I couldn't handle it. And back then, spending all that money on shoes, I was like, No way, man. Screw that. So I had to flip them. The third shoe being very Kanye West inspired too. It was the Yeezy, man. The black and white flat trainers. They first came out in 2012 and I got them in 2015. And the price I got them for was a steal because resale was so high, man. It was crazy. I remember I got them for like, I think like 300 bucks or something. And I resold them for around, I made like $200 to $300 profit, which is not too shabby for shoes. Like as a young kid, you gotta understand, man, if you can put money into limited shoes, you can double what you got with doing minimal effort. You just gotta know people and just be there, man. Like do your thing. There's ways to make money in these streets that are not legal. The thing with those is that, once again, it was one of those things where I got them, they were highly sought after, and I was afraid to wear them. Nowadays, I'll rock any shoes to anywhere because it's just like material stuff. It can always be replaced. The good thing I like about like the rare, highly sought after shoes is that they retain a lot of their value. The thing about those is after I sold them, I put that money towards a new phone, and then it was like I flipped it. Like back in high school and when I started uni, I had a job the whole time, but like anytime I wanted to make extra money for clothes or stuff, I would just recycle what I already have or find like a side hustle because you gotta make money and you only have so many hours in a day. The fourth shoe being one that came out not too long ago. It was the 350 Zebras, not the release that came out in July last year, but the original release in February. And I remember like, that was one of the first times, or that was one of the only times I got a Yeezy. I got Yeezys like 3 or 4 times off the adidas website. And I remember it specifically. It was like February, it was a February morning, right before work. And at the time I worked at Urban Outfitters. And I had work like whatever, like 11 a.m. So I was up on my computer at like 7 a.m. I remember like the night before, we were supposed to go to the club, me and the homies. And they're like, yo, wanna come out? I'm like, nah. I gotta set an alarm and I gotta get ready for this Yeezy release. I'm hitting these. And everyone's like,
yeah, whatever, man. Like, no one gets Yeezys. Too many bots, blah, blah, blah.
You know, that typical stuff. So, yeah, man, so I set an alarm for 6:30 a.m. Woke up, got my bowl of Captain Crunch, ate it up, ate some eggs, and sat on the computer, just refreshing the page. I had like 2 or 3 tabs open, and I had it open on my phone too. And then I remember like just refreshing the page, and like, I remember the time was like 8:16 or 8:17, the page changed. Bah! And I was like, I was in line. I was like, yeah, I must be one of the first ones. So then after I got the confirmation, I couldn't believe it, man. Like it felt surreal. I couldn't wait for that following Monday to come to get the shoes. And when I got the shoes, nobody in the city had them. Like it was crazy. Such a limited supply when it first, on the original release. It was crazy, man. So I remember like people were offering me like crazy amounts of money, like freaking like 2.5K, 2.4K. Keep in mind that these shoes only cost like $330 after tax. So $330. So that's like a 400% profit right there, man. Or not even. That's like you're making 8 times what you paid. So I held on to them at first because I was like, you know what? I've been reselling shoes. I resold a lot of shoes I wanted to get new gear, but these are some of my favorite, or that was my favorite colorway. That is my favorite colorway, the 350s. And so I held on to them for like a month or 2. And I ended up reselling them a little bit later just because I needed some money to put towards laser eye surgery. I got LASIK, you know, vision, you look at the vision, let's link and build. Yeah, so I put that money towards laser eye surgery. So I ended up flipping them for over like $1,000. Looking back, I could have probably kept the money or I should have sold them earlier. But no, like for those shoes, I was definitely satisfied. Like, I got some decent wears out of them, got a couple of picks, and then they went towards the greater cause, which was laser eye surgery. So now I have vision like Scott on X-Men, just hit him with that. Hello. The final shoe being the craziest story and my favorite one of the bunch, to be honest. It was the Grey Gum 750s, the Yeezys. They came out in June 11th, 2016. I remember specifically because my birthday is on June 10th. So they came out the day after my birthday. And I'll give you guys a breakdown of what happened. So in Ottawa, there's a store called Normal. It's downtown. And they used to do raffles for like the highly sought after sneakers because when a sneaker comes, they only have like whatever, like 15, 20 pairs, and they gotta kind of facilitate a way to get it to the people. So I remember I heard on Instagram like blah blah blah, there's a raffle, rah rah, like whatever. So I go down to the raffle and the line's mad, bro. There's like 60 or 70 people in line, and I'm in line talking about like, yo, these shits are always rigged. Nobody wins this, blah 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 blah. You know, I was a hater, you know. Well, yo, man, you gotta shoot your shot. Like you never know what you're gonna win. So I was in line and I waited for like 20 minutes. I got to the front of the line And then I was asking the guy, I was like, hey man, like how do I know this is not rigged, blah, 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 blah. He's like, yeah, stay tuned. Like honestly, it's totally random. We just randomize it and you're gonna find out tomorrow. Or you're gonna find out tonight. You're gonna get a call if you win. And if not, you know, just thanks for applying. It was free, so I was like, all right. So me and my homie, Momway, shout out to Momway, the dog in Vancouver. Me and my homie were in line. So we go, bust down a little raffle ticket, and then we bus back towards home. So I'm at the bus station chilling, and I see my phone starts vibrating. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, telemarketer. I look, it's a number I've never seen before. I'm like, no way, no way, no way. I'm looking at Mongway. I pick up, my hands are literally shaking. I'm like, hello? He's like, is this Malcolm? You blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, man, congrats. You won the Yeezy 750s from Normal. I'm like, oh! I was literally running around the bus station. Oh! People probably thought I had like a freaking something wrong or a worm in my brain or something. But I remember like winning that, like that feeling, uncomparable, man. I'll never forget that stuff. It was crazy. So yeah, I won those, and then I ended up getting them for free because I had all the birthday money. Because it was like I won on my birthday. I picked those guys up, and they retail for $550, and that was the most. I think that still is the most I ever spent on shoes. Yeah, it's probably the most I ever spent on shoes for retail prices. Yeah, so I went to the store with the birthday money. I picked them up, and then I remember, man, I was super gassed. It seemed so surreal. Like I remember even at the time, it was me and my homie Mombay who went, and this man was so hyped for me. He was driving, he ran a red light. He's like, yo, you gotta get these shoes. I'm looking like we can die, bro. I'm not trying to die at freaking 21 years old. Come on, bro. You gotta pay attention to the street signs, bro. Take a defensive driving class or something. The only downside was like, I got a size 10.5, and I didn't know they ran big, or like a little bit big for my foot, because I have like a regular foot. And then like they kind of fit, but they're kind of clunky, and I just didn't have any clothes to wear them with. It's like, the one thing I can't stand is when someone has some hype gear, and then can't put the whole outfit together. Like, yeah, you have hype shoes, but if your body looks like you're wearing a freaking, like a Scarecrow Man from Alice in Wonderland, if that's your fit, like it's gotta be congruent, man. You gotta have like a fresh top, like nice pants, and nice shoes, or it's gotta be like balanced. You know, balance outfit's key to anything. So yeah, so I put them on the Facebook group, Ottawa Sneakerhead Community, whatever it is, shout out to them. And then a guy from Vancouver hit me up, offering me like $3,000. Like that was mod, bro. So yeah, I flipped those, $550 or $510, whatever it was, to $3,000. Like, you can do the math. I'm definitely gonna try to pick those guys up again because now I have a bigger wardrobe and my style has changed since a couple years ago, and now I have more clothes to accommodate those. Because they're honestly one of my favorite shoes, and I haven't, to this day, I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 people wear them in person, and if that, out of the 2 or 3 people, they're only wearing the chocolate color, Dookie. Like, it was terrible. So yeah, I'm gonna try to pick those up by the end of this year. But yeah, man, when it comes to shoes, like at the end of the day, it's materialistic things, and if you need the money, or if you can make money off them to put towards something greater, you gotta sell the shoes, man. They'll always come back. They'll always come back to you, man. But honestly, I do wanna know, is there any shoes you guys have ever sold and you regretted? Or any shoes you guys have regretted buying? Like, let me know in the comments below. Because for me, it's interesting to see like what people are like and the stories behind them. Because like for me, shoes and the like materialistic stuff always have a big meaning because it's always a story. And then when you buy it, you remember that specific moment you got it, and you look back, you're like, yo, yeah, let's get it freaking. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, that's it for today. I'm Malcolm. Peace out. I'm gonna catch you soon for my next video. Ta-ta for now. Deuces.
I swear you gotta feel me.